Good morning, squad. Ubaldo here, your tech director. I wanted to put a video together that will let you kind of see a high overview or high level view of command. It is a huge system. It is very complex and can become very overwhelming if you don't know the ins and outs of command. If you didn't get a chance to attend the 101 class and ask questions, this video it's pretty much a summary of the same thing we went over in class. And feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave comments there, and let us know your questions or concerns or issues you're having, and we'll be more than happy to get back to you and help you through those issues that you might be having or those hurdles that you're encountering, because sometimes it's not so much issues but hurdles that we see or we come up to and we just don't know how to get through those. So today I'm kind of just going to give you a high level overview of where everything's at and what everything does. And later on today, I'll probably post a second video that was going to go into detail regarding the new email editor, and some of the new tidbits that are going on in command. So stay tuned. There's a lot of changes coming through, but they're all good. And let's dive right in, okay? So here we go. It's command, when you first log in, it's going to give you this dashboard. The dashboard is exactly what that is. Think about it as a dashboard for a command center, right? It's like your vital signs. It tells you everything that's happening, what leads you're getting, when was the last time that you got leads, tasks that are associated with your account. So like if you have stuff going on, what tasks do you have to do? Any product updates that are getting released to the public and rolled out to everybody are being published here. And then there's a notepad where you can actually jot down notes throughout the day. So like stuff that's happening. Oh, make sure that I send Sally Smith a CMA. That should really be a task, but you could be a note, or update pictures for listing at 123 Main Street, or update client, right? Some of these could be tasks under the opportunities, but some people like to just work off the dashboard and just kind of jot down notes, right? Reminders like, hey, let's do this today, or make sure you check your daily tasks for tomorrow, right? So you have a notepad. There's a widget for design updates. In designs, we're going to touch on designs a little bit in just a few minutes here. But it's basically your design platform. It lets you generate all the designs for social media, emails, templates for your website and landing pages, and pretty much anything that you would want to do. So we'll kind of go right through it today. We do have videos that kind of go in depth of each one of these applets, but today we're just going to kind of just go through it. Let's say you don't want all these widgets, or maybe you want more widgets. Well, you're in luck, because right underneath your name right here where it says customize home, you're going to be able to click on that, and then you're going to see a list of all the widgets available to you. Now, these widgets, if you check them off, they'll be all added. You could rearrange them. So you look over here to the right side. You could drag and drop these by clicking the 6 dots. I'm sorry, not 9, 6 dots. Click and hold, and you can move these anywhere you want. Now, based on the type of widget that it is, it might require it to be on the left versus the right. The right's the smaller squares versus the bigger squares. So it just depends on what it is. It will require it to either be on the right or the left. And then you can see what all this looks like, right? And then once you're happy with which ones you picked, you just simply hit apply, and your dashboard arranges the way you have it set up now. So you could customize it, make it your own. It doesn't have to be the same as the guy sitting next to you or your coach or anybody else that you're working with. This is designed so that it works for you, okay? Now, before we hit the applets, I kind of just want to go over the settings portion and where everything lives, right? So if you click on your name on the upper right here, you will see the drop down, right? Profile settings, command training. That's a good way to go and kind of see videos that KWRI has published for training for command. So like you don't have to rely on just videos that I publish or that Corey publishes or anybody else in the tech department publishes. You could actually go see the stuff that KWRI themselves are publishing. So you could go to command training. We're going to focus on settings. Don't worry about the profile section. That is not something that we're going to be concerned about right now. But really what you want to be concerned about in the beginning is your settings, right? So when you first click on settings, it's going to take you to all the application apps. These are all the apps that are readily available to you to connect directly to command. So the first thing that you should be doing when you first get onboarded is confirm your DocuSign account. The DocuSign account is your e-signature platform is our e-signature platform of choice, and is provided to you through Command and the KWRI tech tools that you already get. So confirm your DocuSign account, and then you're going to go down the list of applications that you would want to use in your business. The top high level ones that I would suggest is you should have a business page, a Facebook business page. So social media is big. And if you post 2 to 3 times, it has been proven that with time organically, people will start following your page if you're posting stuff that matters to them. And it also organically will generate business for you. Now, this is a long-term generation, right? But it's something to start having. Plus, if you want to run ads and generate leads using the lead accelerator we'll talk about in a few minutes, you need a Facebook page and you need it to be a business page. So make sure you create one connected. If you have Twitter connected, I'm not sure how many people use Twitter. It's not as popular as it was, 10 years ago. But hey, if you still use it and you have a good following, connected. I have my Google Calendar and my Gmail synced here, and it just basically correlates with my contact information, and it puts the activity on my clients and contacts card, right? Later on, there's going to be further integration with the calendar, but for right now, it's just basically there to kind of give us an insight of what's going on. But make sure you connect it so that when we start integrating further into it, you're able to see it. You can connect Gmail directly to it. Obviously, KW uses G Suite as their email platform of choice. If you use something else like Office 365, then you'll be able to connect that as well. They do have an option for that. We do use Google AdWords as well. So if you have an account for Google AdWords to run ads, they seamlessly connect with that. And then obviously we have Twilio and PieSync. Twilio is our texting service. So Twilio integrates directly with Command. And there are some major changes coming to Twilio that are going to be so beneficial to you. So I will suggest to dive into Twilio right now and learn it while it's not so bulky, because once we roll out the next phase, it's going to be like mind-blowing, right? You're going to be able to forward the calls anywhere you want. You're going to be able to text from your cell phone. You're going to be able to do a lot of different things. So connect Twilio, get an account. It's very inexpensive, and it helps automate your smart plans. And I'll touch on how that works when we get to Smart Plans Applet. PieSync allows you to connect to tons of applications that are not already integrated with Command. So for example, I like to PieSync my contacts from my phone. I'm an Android person and Google person. It's just who I am. And I use Google Contacts for everything. It syncs with my phone, it syncs with my email, and it syncs with Command using PieSync. So my databases across all 3 platforms are seamless. What I have on my phone is in Command. What I have in Command is online. And it allows me to stay completely in sync with everything that's going on my accounts and my clients and my sphere of influence and my family. So I highly recommend it. It does PieSync as well to iCloud. So if you're an iPhone person or an Apple person and you're using iCloud to back up your contacts, it does PieSync to iCloud. There is a caveat with PieSync, okay? And it's been brought up before. If you don't have an email address, it will not sync the contact. It is created as a safeguard so that it doesn't create duplicate contacts for you. However, I have been told that if you contact PieSync, they will deactivate that portion for you. You just have to know that you're taking the risk of having duplicate contacts, and if you're okay with that, then you're okay with that. So I would say that if you are having that issue, contact PieSync, have them remove that feature. I don't remove it because in my case, I have set up where if people call me or email me, Google automatically saves that data so that I could readily call them back or email them back. So I have a lot of people on my phone that are just phone numbers, and it could just be title companies or attorneys or lenders. So I don't necessarily want everybody of those people in my database. But if I decide that they are worthy of entering my system, I will go in there and add an email address for them, and bada bing, bada boom, everything goes back into Command. Okay? Let's move on here. On the left side, you're going to see a couple of menus. And the menus here, the one you're going to be concerned with initially is the Connect Settings one. The Connect Settings, if you click on it, will reveal a marketing profile. This is the first thing you need to set up next to contacts, right? And the reason for that is because when you start sending emails out, all the marketing information, your email address, your phone number, and all that stuff comes from this profile. When people tell me like, "Oh, my website, it doesn't even have my picture on it," my first thing is, did you set up your marketing profile? And 9 out of 10 times they're like, "I don't know what a marketing profile is," which is perfectly fine. But this is the first thing you need to do, right? The marketing profile is what drives all your marketing. This is what's going to drive your stuff. So you need a headshot, you need a logo, and obviously fill in all your information. If you're not on a team, leave it blank. If you're on a team or are a team, put in there. And then your professional title, right? So for the Diaz Group, I am the CEO and team leader. I'm also a realtor. That's my designation, thanks to the National Association of Realtors. And one designation that I don't have on here that I probably should put on here is that I'm also military certified. So I'm an MREP designated a realtor. So if you have any other designations, they will go in here. The next thing is that when you first get onboarded, especially if I'm the one that onboards you, you'll have a generic bio, and I'll put something in there as to why they should pick you as a realtor. I highly recommend that you go in there and you personalize that bio so that people know who you are. People get a feel of who you truly are and not just this, "Oh, you should sell with me because I'm with Keller Williams and they've been around for years and the largest real estate company in the world," right? You just become like everybody else. So make it unique, make it yourself. Your contact information, email of choice. Notice that I have a personalized email. I'm not using my KW email for my business. You could do that as well. If not, KW obviously provides you with an email address. You should use that. I also have a custom domain. I do use the KW provided command website, but I have my own custom domain. I've had it for years, and I simply forward it to that website. So I do provide my clients with this link here. The second thing is that this stuff, for the most part, especially if I onboard you, will be in there for you already. Your Market Center logo, as well as your Market Center information, will be in there. And then legal footer, we really don't use this right now. It's going to be used for other marketing material. We put it in there just as default. Your social media platforms. This stuff shows up on all the legal footers, in all your Facebook and all your website pages, for you to display automatically. So if you have social media, then I encourage you to fill all these out. As you can see, I'm pretty social, right? I have every single platform you could think of. So I have them there. The next thing is, if you know anything about Pixels or Google Analytics and stuff like that, you can save your IDs in here. And then obviously your branded KW app link here. I already have mine in there. If you get onboarded, for the most part, we put that in there for you. But if you're missing it, contact us, drop us a message on the YouTube channel, or send us an email or a text, and we will get you your link or show you where to go get it. Better yet, okay? So this is the settings. This is the most important stuff you need to do next to contacts. Notice how I keep saying next to contacts. Your database should always be number one. All right, so let's move on. We've talked about the dashboard, which is your home screen. We talked about settings, which is where all your apps reside, like DocuSign, Facebook, and all that good stuff. And then we talked about your marketing profile, right? So there's already a lot right there. And we've only talked about two things. We haven't even hit the rest of the applets yet, right? So this is how powerful this platform is. I mean, it just drives so much. All right. So what's next, right? We're going to move on to contacts. This is the portion where most companies consider this to be your CRM, right? It's where your contacts live and all their data and everything that happens, right? So let's go to what we call contacts, which you might call CRM. And let's see. So you got the easiest way, if you don't know what all these applets are, one, you could hover over them, you see? Or simply click the KW logo, the red square, and it's going to open up for you. Pretty cool. Let's go to contacts. This is your database. This is your CRM. This is where everything lives. This is where the livelihood of your clients is, and all the information that you're going to put in here. The timeline. So this is the dashboard of your contact. Everything about your contact is right here. Notice a couple of things. You see, I have his name, but right underneath him, there's this green bar and it says 64% health score. That's a pretty good health score. I'm going to tell you what I believe is a good database health score. Do you want to be at 100%? Yeah, you probably do want to be at 100%. But a 64% health score on each contact, which actually will come up to like an overall an entire database close to mid 70s, low 80s health score on your database, is what you are striving for. And these are the four things that I recommend that you need. You need to have a full name, obviously. You need to know who you're talking to. You need a phone number so that you are able to do the quarterly calls with them or text them. You need an email address so that you could drip them or do a smart plan where you're constantly touching them via monthly or bi-weekly touches and emails, or send them information and documents and write contracts to them, right? And the fourth thing, you need a physical address. The physical address will allow you to send them postcards, birthday cards, home anniversary gifts, whatever it is that you want to do, right? Those four items are the top things on a contact card. Now, plus bonus, if you get a birthday, fantastic. If you could get relationships in there, like the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the mother, the grandmother, the son, the daughter, the stepson, the stepdaughter, the stepdad, those are all bonus, right? That will bring up your score. And we could house all that information in here. So keep digging, right? You need to have them in a neighborhood because that's how you're going to be able to give them the biweekly email. And what else we got here? Let me move myself out of the way here, over here. So these are the kind of things that we look for, right? Email, phone, home address, mailing address. You could put the social profiles if you know them. I really don't keep track of those, but you can. And if that's something if that's how you communicate with them, then you should, right? So if you communicate with them via Facebook or Facebook Messenger, then put that in here. Then their birthday, home anniversary, and relationships. That's what I was just talking about, relationships. Who is their wife? Who is their friend? Who is their neighbor? Stepdad, stepdaughter, stuff like that, right? So all the things in there, I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And actually, I will kind of show you. So let me jump in there. I know this is just supposed to be high level, but I'm going to go in here. Let's see, additional contact info. Oh no, sorry, about. There's so much stuff in here, right? Relationships, right? So here you go. Spouse, father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, sibling, parent, child, sibling of parent, right? So so their aunt or uncle. Child of sibling. So your nieces and nephews or their nieces and nephews. Cousin, grandparent, grandchild, step sibling, step parent, sibling in law, brother-in-law, parent-in-law, child-in-law, uh, a business partner. I have plenty of those. Thankfully, I'm blessed with several business partners, and they're all great people. Partner, so if it's not a wife, a girlfriend, or whatever, or other, if you just don't want to classify them as anything, right? So we cover everything, and it's great, right? So I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I encourage you to put as much information as possible. But if you are one of those people that wants to do at least the minimum, and then later on do more as you go through your database, the four items that I talked about earlier is what you need, right? At least. All right. On the right of the contact card, so this is the main contact card. On the right, you're going to see timeline. The timeline is everything that's happening with this client. Are you emailing them? Are you texting them? What are you doing with the contact? Opportunities, right? Smart plans. So he's in a smart plan. Task with this client. I don't have any tasks with this client right now. Notes that I've written about this client, and you see I could add a note. So if I talk to him and he tells me, what, Ubaldo, I'm not ready to sell right now, but I'm thinking about selling in the next 2 months, or I'm looking into financing for hard money because I want to become an investor. I could write those notes down because when I'm reviewing the client, I could be like, well, he's looking for hard money, and I could go find him one, and then go back to contact him, right? And then safe searches. Safe searches are new and robust now. You could actually create a search. Here you go. And you could search by neighborhood or by zip code, right? So I could say I'm going to do by zip code. And the zip code is going to be 60453. And then I can put criteria. This is almost like the MLS, right? It's coming right from command. Like you don't have to go do something separate. Beds, bath, year built, if any, living and stuff like that. Has parking, open houses only. Like some people tell me like, I just want to know what the open houses are for the weekend because I'm just looking. All right, here you go. Anything reduced in the last 7 days, right? The next thing is I'm going to give it a title, and then I could set up notifications. This is new. When do I want to send it? The email instantly within the next 30 minutes, daily at 9 a.m., a weekly summary, a bi-weekly summary, a monthly summary, right? So you could set it up so your clients are getting the notifications every 30 minutes. It's, as soon as 30 minutes. So this is super cool. So if this is just you're on the phone with somebody, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm looking for a house, but I'm looking at Cicero, I'm looking at this place, then you could literally go in here and do a search for them, just like that, just like that. So get in there, play with the contacts. Your contacts is the most important thing. No contacts, no pipeline, no pipeline, no business, no business, no money. Simple as that. All right, let's keep moving, right? Let's keep moving. Click the red thing. The next one down the list is task. Create your task. Don't pay attention to my past dues. I have to do those this week, but these are my past due things. And it's basically what that is. You could have tasks for contacts. So these are all my contacts tasks. And you could have opportunity tasks. So in a separate video, we'll go in depth in opportunities and what you could do with them. As far as setting up opportunity tasks, like things that are due, pictures need to be taken, need to notify the client about a home inspection, about a review on inspection, stuff like that. Things that are due so that it reminds you and your business runs efficiently. So you create those. Smart plans. Smart plans is what a lot of companies call drip campaigns. We call them smart because we can actually design our own smart plan to work the way we want it to work. And we could add steps like remind me to do something, uh, generate a task to call a client, like my quarterly call thing, email a client automatically, send the client a text automatically. Sorry, I can't speak right now. Um, or you could just go and steal somebody else's. And I guess steal is not the right word, right? Because they're giving it to you for free. But recently, just this week alone, we released the new Smart Plans library. And we used to have like 10 that KWRI made for us. And then we started labbing a process where we were creating smart plans and sharing them to see how it would work. And today we released like 50 smart plans that you could go and borrow. So if you go to the library, you can actually see the 10 that KW made for you. But if you scroll down, you can see 50 more. They are top rated, created by other agents in the market center. Like a lot of you guys might have heard of Marty Miller. He's the creator of the 66-day challenge, right? He has a couple of those, and he created a smart plan that goes with that challenge. So when you get to the portion of the challenge to run Facebook ads, he created a 12 touch. So you can see right here. So 516 agents are using it. 20 of them left a review. All of the 20 reviews are 5 stars. So I said, they might be like, oh, you know what? I might like that one. 12 touches over 26 days. So this is a high level smart plan for internet leads, right? So like you're trying to get these people over the next 30 days. I want to get to communicate with them. You might do the bi-weekly one or the 5x5. These are all different, right? So you go in there and see and you could up here, this is how cool it is. You could go to sort and you could say by most used. So I want to use the most used, right? That's the one that's probably the most popular. And as you can see, the most used is the monthly neighborhood nurture. Duh. I mean, that was one of the first smart plans we got, and it's super cool because the client is getting data hyper local to their neighborhood. So every contact of yours with an email address needs to be on that smart plan. And if not on that one, on the bi-weekly one. I personally prefer the bi-weekly because that gives me 26 touches. So if you talk about like the KW model, right? 36 touches, you should touch your clients 36 times a year. The bi-weekly is automatically 26 touches. So then I just have to blend in 10 more, right? And 4 of those are my quarterly calls because I call my clients once a quarter. So that's 4 more touches. So now I'm at 30. And now I need to find 6 more, right? Like their birthday and home anniversary. You get it? We're getting there, right? So this is why they're smart. We could blend them in. We could add to them. We could create them. We could do whatever we want with them. So smart plans are super cool. All right, moving along. This feature is super awesome. It allows you to leverage the entire KW network of realtors across the nation. And you could just basically go look anywhere in the nation and say, I want to find somebody that works in Las Vegas, per se. And I wanted to sort it by people that are the top agents there. And I want to contact them and send them a referral, right? So these are all my referral partners right here that I have. I have quite a few of them all over the country. I have a referral that I'm working with right now. Oh, actually, I have a pending invite, so somebody wants to join my network. Brian Carlin from Salina, Texas. Yep, absolutely, Brian. Welcome to the team. So let's see the referrals. Maps. The map is super cool. And I'm going to show you something right now. I'm going to punch in Oakland, Illinois, because that's where I'm at right now today. And in Oakland, it's going to tell me all the potential people that I could refer business to. These are all the realtors in the area. Notice how it says to zoom in, right? Because the list is huge. But there's one thing that I want to do. I don't necessarily want to find a partner right now. What I want to know is where are people that are moving from Oakland going to? Because then now, depending on where that's at, I might want to go to that part of town and find me a referral partner, right? So let's see. If you go over here and you drop this down, you see where it says referral patterns? If you click on that, it's going to tell you that the top place that people are leaving from Oakland is Schererville, Indiana. How cool is that? We have an office in Schererville. I'm sure my NWI peeps over there would love for us to send them referrals. So now I could do hyper targeting for relocation, right? There's a couple of things I could do now, right? I know where 17% of the people in Oakland are moving to. 17% of people in Oakland currently, as of today, as of the recording of this video, is moving to Schererville. And I'm just so fortunate that not only am I located in Oakland and my second office and sister office is located in Schererville, is that now I could call Schererville. Well, actually, I know a lot of people in Schererville, obviously, and be like, dude, you want to become my referral partner? And then now I could cast a referral type marketing, right? I could set up something where, like, thinking about moving to Schererville or thinking of moving to Indiana, rates are super low. We have great houses on the market. Prices are whatever, right? So I could get in contact with my referral partner. Dude, tell me what your average price is right now. What is stuff in Schererville looking like? And then I could then do like reverse prospecting almost, right? I could reverse prospect people that want to move to that area, go meet with them, and potentially list their house in Oakland to move them to Schererville. And if not, at least I'm getting a referral fee, right? So this part of referrals is super awesome. So if you're newer to the business and you're like, well, how do I generate business? This is one way to generate business. All right, moving along. The next thing is opportunities, which I believe is really highly underutilized. This is your pipeline. And if you're using it correctly, it can actually give you an insight to your business. For example, people are like, well, what's Cultivate for? It's exactly what it's for. It's for cultivation. For example, if I'm going through my database and I'm doing my quarterly calls and I'm calling my SOI, and they tell me, Ubaldo, I would love to buy, but I won't buy for the next 12 months. Opportunity, Johnny Smith wants to buy in 12 months. I could create a cultivation because now my calls to Johnny Smith are going to be different the next quarter because now I know that Johnny wants to move in the next 12 months. So now on my next call, next quarter, or my emails are going to be geared towards the markets, right? Because I'll be like, oh, cool, Johnny, you want to move the next 12 months? That's awesome. Where are you thinking about moving to? Well, I'm thinking of moving to Schererville, Indiana. Awesome. That's super cool. Where in Schererville do you want to move to? And why do you want to move there? I'm taking information. I'm building my opportunity. And you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go to his contact card and I'm going to add a neighborhood or neighborhoods around the areas that he mentioned he might want to move in Schererville. Because now he's getting data from Schererville. It's in his head now because I'm sending it to him. And then my next call, next quarter, I'll be like, hey, Johnny, how's your plan going? How's that plan to move to Schererville going? Is that still a thing for you? Oh, dude, yeah, you know what? I actually just got your email the other day, and prices are super good right now. Maybe I'll move today, and with rates so low. Or maybe I'll send him Keller mortgage information, right? Be like, zero down, buddy. No, not zero down, sorry. No lender fees. Rates really low. You can move toward that direction, right? And then you move them along the opportunity. So the opportunity pipeline is hardly underutilized, but it could be such a good gauge because now I can see what my potential income is. So based on my appointments, so I have 6 appointments that I just did with a potential volume of almost $1 million. There is a potential of $57,000 in commission. Now, based on the actives and other contracts, I have a probable income of 23, which is super cool, right? So your pipeline, if you use it right, can really tell you where your business is at. But you have to use it. If not, it won't do anything. All right, moving on down the list. The next item is campaigns. And your campaign dashboard is just like your home dashboard, except this dashboard is geared towards all campaigns. Now, I had a goal of a certain amount of leads per year, which I met already, right? It also tells me what my ads are doing, how they're performing. So I'm going to say, let's see, year to date, I've spent $179 in Facebook spending, and I have done $16 in Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I can say the last 12 months, and it could gauge in everything that's going on, right? Some of this stuff is not working like I wanted to. Oh, here we go. Campaigns, eight campaigns, 1 for Instagram, 1 email campaign. Then I could go to my paids. So then I could break it down, right? Now I'm going to go to my paid campaigns, and I could see all my leads that I'm getting from my campaigns and how they're performing, right? Some of them perform really well. Some of them perform not so well. But these are all tests. Some of them work. So like this one that came out at 57 cents a lead, that one worked, right? I'm going to duplicate that one as much as I can. Then I could do email campaigns. Super cool right here. Later on today, I'll publish a video on the new email editor and how cool and how easy it is to use. You guys are going to be mind blown. I mean, it's so easy to create. And we have like 30 templates for you already in there to just start using. So be on the lookout for that video. Direct mail. So if you want to send postcards, we have a hyper local way of doing postcards here. It's super easy to use. So if you have not looked at our campaigns video, go to our YouTube channel after you subscribe today and look for that video and watch that. It will give you details exactly on how to use the campaigns model so that you could generate leads from either postcards or Facebook paid ads or social media ads or AdWords ads, right? And then if you're like, you know what, I don't want to pay for any ads because I don't have any money or I don't want to spend any money, whatever the deal is, then you could do the social posting. It's for free. A lot of the content's pre-made for you. So like if you're like, I don't know what to make, well, here you go. These are pre-made. And if I shuffle these, it'll give me some new ones. There you go. These are new ones. I could create a market video for a specific neighborhood and I could publish those. The nice thing is that I could go in here and I could schedule as many posts out into the future as I want. So if I want to schedule my next month's worth of social media, I can. I go in there, schedule it, done. I don't have to worry about it. We're going to skip over reporting only because that reporting feature is not quite where it needs to be at, and it's going to get a new facelift this week. And then when the new facelift comes out, I'll go over details on how that works. It's going to be super cool. Designs. This is like next to contacts and smart plans. Designs is the next place to go to because here's where you'll create everything you need to do, like your templates for email, for social media, like your just solds or your coming soons. Or maybe you want to create one freehand like I did right here, right? So this is where all your designs live at. And let me move myself out of the way here. If I click the plus sign and I'll pick one, so let's say social media, you're going to see the hundreds and hundreds of templates that we already have pre-made. And notice how there was a print option and a social media option. These ones, the social media ones, are geared towards social media. So you'll see up here like Instagram, large postcards. Like we do postcards also. But if you do like listings, you have your for sales, you just listed on the contracts and stuff like that. So if I do on the contract, it'll tell me Facebook type, Instagram stories, right? So everything is in here, and a lot of the templates are just plug and play. Just go in there and change the data. And the very last one that I want you to be concerned about is the very last one, which is consumer. That's where your website lives. That's where your mobile app lives. That's where your landing pages live. That's where your and landing pages and website are two different things. Landing pages are freestanding pages. So sometimes people say, like, how come we don't have single property websites? Well, go create a landing page for your listing. And that's considered a single property website. It's a standalone page. It generates a URL for you. So like this one right here. This is an example that I created, right? As I just listed. Here's a picture I picked. We're connected directly to the MLSs, so all the data flows right in, right? And then site pages. Here's where you create all the pages that are going to live in your website. So if you go to your website and you do the drop down, these are all the pages that are there. And there's a video that will walk you through all this stuff, or a training. We also do trainings monthly, so keep an eye on it. So you're like, I don't want to do a video, I want to do the class. Then keep an eye out for the class and show up, and we'll walk you through how to do it. And then you're able to ask questions right there live. This is Command 101. This is Command at a high level. Did I go through a lot today? Absolutely. Is it a lot? Yes, it is. So what do you focus on? What did I tell you at the beginning? When you look at this video and you're like, oh my gosh, there is a ton of stuff there. Focus on, number one, getting your database into Command. That is number one. Number two, get your marketing profile up and running so that when you set up your smart plans, which is number three, then you are able to then send them all the data in your email, and all your signature and everything looks pretty. So get your database in, get your marketing profile done. And if you actually get onboarded the right way, which means that you make an appointment one-on-one with myself or Corey, we'll be able to walk you through getting your stuff set up. So that stuff will be done ahead of time. And we will also help you get your database in. So you're like, I don't know how to get it in there. Contact us. We will help you upload it. Contact us. We will help you get connected with PySync. And then the next thing is go pick the smart plans that fit your personality better. Tweak them to their you. So just because they're already created doesn't mean you can't go and edit them to say what you want them to say. Those are just templates for you to work with. And the next thing is, after that, get your social media presence up and running. So what you're going to do first: contacts, marketing profile, smart plans. But number one is your contacts database, because you could have the best marketing profile and the best smart plans, and if you don't have a database, they're not any good. They're just there. So congratulations, right? So number one, work on your contacts. Any questions? Drop them in the YouTube comments. Text me, call me, email me, reach out to your MCAs or leadership in your market center if I'm not around, and we'll go from there. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Take care, guys.